and I'm very much a spokesperson for electric cars, and I'm involved in it myself. Of course, Koenigsegg's CEO just said the one thing no one in the auto world dared to say, and it sent Toyota into full meltdown mode. We're talking about a brutal takedown that didn't happen on stage or in front of cameras, but behind closed doors where reputations are made and destroyed. What could possibly make Toyota's top execs furious, embarrassed, and scrambling for damage control? We're not looking at this kind of steam engine being replaced by the combustion engine, meaning combustion engines being replaced by electric motors. And I think that the difference here is, power to weight and what kind of fuel you can run in the future. In a moment that left the entire industry speechless, Koenigsegg's CEO wipes the floor with Toyota's CEO, and Toyota completely loses it. This isn't just a rivalry, this is personal, and what really happened will blow your mind. A tale of two titans in the world of cars. Koenigsegg and Toyota couldn't be more different, and yet somehow they keep ending up in the same conversation. On one side, you've got Koenigsegg, a boutique hypercar manufacturer from Sweden, known for doing things no one else dares to attempt. Their cars don't just go fast, they bend the rules of physics. Every component is reimagined, every idea sounds like it came out of a mad scientist's sketchbook. One-off transmissions, camless engines, cars with doors that swing open like spacecraft. Koenigsegg doesn't care about market share. They care about rewriting the laws of performance. Now on the other side, there's Toyota, the giant, the behemoth, the world's most valuable car brand with a production scale that dwarfs most nations. Toyota's not about flash. They're about reliability, consistency, and long-term dominance. Their hybrids revolutionize the industry, their quality control is the stuff of legend, and yet lately, something has changed. They're no longer content just leading in sales, they want to lead in the future, especially when it comes to electrification. For years, the two companies existed in completely separate ecosystems. Koenigsegg builds cars for the ultra-rich with price tags in the millions, while Toyota builds cars that get your grandmother to the grocery store and back. Koenigsegg releases a handful of vehicles each year, whereas Toyota releases millions. You'd think they'd have nothing in common, but when the industry starts shifting beneath everyone's feet, when combustion gives way to electrification and innovation becomes the new currency, those two worlds suddenly start to overlap. In 2025, the auto industry is more volatile than ever. Every brand is trying to make the loudest noise, push the boldest headline, and stake a claim in the so-called future of mobility. And strangely, both Toyota and Koenigsegg are rising in that conversation, but for entirely different reasons. Toyota, once cautious about full electrification, is now pumping billions into battery plants, launching electric vehicle SUVs, and expanding their futuristic Beyond Zero lineup. They're also flirting with wild new tech, solid-state batteries, hydrogen combustion engines, and even vertical takeoff aircraft through their investment in Joby Aviation. They're moving with intent, and they're making sure the world knows it. Meanwhile, Koenigsegg is doing what Koenigsegg does best, shocking the industry with impossible numbers. A 4-seat hypercar with 2,300 horsepower check. A dual-mode transmission that can switch from gated manual to automatic with no clutch pedal, done. A camless engine running with electromagnetic actuators already built. Their Gemera, Jesko, and CC850 aren't just hypercars, they're statements. Koenigsegg isn't trying to follow the trend, they're dragging the trend to catch up. And here's where things start to get interesting. While Toyota is winning headlines for its large-scale electric vehicle moves, Koenigsegg is winning respect from engineers, designers, and tech heads who understand what's really pushing the industry forward. One company is focused on moving the masses into an electrified world, while the other is focused on reinventing what a car even is. There's no official rivalry, no public shots fired, not yet, but if you look closely, the friction is there. You can feel it in the way industry insiders talk about true innovation. You can hear it in the whispers about who's actually leading the future. And according to a few off-the-record voices, someone's getting a little too confident. Because when a titan like Toyota starts noticing a name like Koenigsegg showing up in conversations, it was never supposed to be in, especially at executive tables where strategy is life and reputation is everything. It doesn't go unnoticed. And behind closed doors, something might have already snapped. What happens next will leave everyone talking. Koenigsegg's insane 2025 lineup. If there's one thing Koenigsegg doesn't do, it's play it safe. While other automakers cautiously unveil their next-gen electric SUVs and politely whisper about incremental upgrades, Koenigsegg slams the door open with a 2,300 horsepower family car and says, "Beat that." It sounds like fiction, but that's been the tone of 2025. Christian von Koenigsegg isn't just pushing limits anymore, he's daring the entire industry to catch up. Let's start with the Gemera. On paper, it's a 4-seat GT. In reality, it's a full-on rocket disguised as a daily driver. Originally launched with a 3-cylinder hybrid powertrain that already sounded absurd, Koenigsegg turned things up mid-year by offering a new version, one with a twin-turbo V8 dubbed the HV8. This isn't your standard performance upgrade. The HV8 version produces a ludicrous 2,300 horsepower and 2,750 newton-meters of torque. That's more than most jets, and somehow they made it street legal. Even more shocking is how it all works. The Gemera uses the light turbine transmission, a gearbox so advanced it makes dual-clutch setups feel medieval. It can shift in milliseconds, skip gears entirely, and adapt in real time depending on how the car is being driven. And with all-wheel drive torque vectoring and a full electric-only mode, the Gemera isn't just fast, it's versatile. Christian didn't just want to build the world's fastest 4-seater, he wanted to build something that could challenge every rule in the car industry, and he did. Then there's the Jesko. Already feared for its potential top speed, the Jesko Absolute is Koenigsegg's answer to one simple question. What happens if we remove every ounce of drag and let this thing fly? The theoretical top speed sits above 500 kilometers per hour, and while no one's clocked it officially yet, insiders say the runs are coming. It's just a matter of finding a stretch of road long enough and gutsy enough to survive it. But not all of Koenigsegg's magic is about outrageous numbers. The CC850 is perhaps the most elegant jab at the automotive world's obsession with automation. It looks like a retro tribute to the early Koenigsegg days, but under the hood, it hides one of the most complex pieces of engineering in modern driving, a transmission that can switch between automatic and a gated 6-speed manual. No clutch pedal, no compromise. You can cruise like you're in a luxury cruiser or shift like you're on a racetrack without stopping. That kind of duality doesn't exist anywhere else. And here's the thing. While other automakers need entire committees and multi-year rollouts to introduce one breakthrough, Koenigsegg just drops 3 in a single model year. It's as if they're showing off on purpose. Every press release feels like a challenge. Every car spec sheet reads like a taunt. But behind the flexing, there's a strategy. Koenigsegg knows that performance is only part of the story. They've been slowly edging into sustainability conversations. The Gemera's original engine was designed to run on renewable fuels. Their hybrid setups aren't just fast, they're efficient. And Christian has made it clear, electrification doesn't have to be boring. It can be wild, it can be loud, it can still make your jaw drop. This is what's unsettling to larger manufacturers. Koenigsegg doesn't have to fight for market share. They don't even want to. But their ideas? Those are contagious. They plant seeds in the minds of engineers at other companies. They redefine expectations. EVs look like safe little toys, but this shift is starting to change the narrative. People are watching Koenigsegg differently now, not just as a hypercar maker but as a disruptor. The question is, who's feeling that pressure the most? Rumor has it, someone definitely is. Toyota's high-tech leap. If there's one company that doesn't like being caught off guard, it's Toyota. For decades they've been the quiet powerhouse, predictable, calculated, and relentlessly efficient. But now, in 2025, they've shifted gears hard. While it might not look like a Koenigsegg-style revolution at first glance, something's clearly changed. Toyota is no longer just building the future, they're fighting to own it. This pivot didn't happen overnight. For years, Toyota seemed slow to embrace battery electric vehicles. Critics said they were dragging their feet, clinging to hybrids like the Prius, while other manufacturers raced ahead with fully electric models. But that was the calm before the storm. When Toyota finally made their move, they didn't just dip a toe into the EV pool, they started throwing down billions like poker chips on the table. First came the expansion of their BZ lineup, Beyond Zero. These aren't concept cars anymore, we're talking real models hitting real markets. The BZ4X, once a timid start, is now surrounded by siblings like the BZ3C and BZ3X, compact electric crossovers with sleek designs, high-range numbers, and software co-developed with Chinese powerhouse BYD. In typical Toyota fashion, they're aiming for consistency, not flash. These cars are built to last and built to scale. But it doesn't stop there. Toyota recently unveiled a prototype for their first solid-state battery-powered vehicle, targeting ranges over 600 miles and full charges in just 10 minutes. If they can mass-produce this technology, it would instantly leapfrog nearly every EV player in the market. The implications are massive: better range, less battery weight, fewer rare earth minerals, and reduced fire risk. Quietly, Toyota is aiming for the holy grail of electric mobility. Then there's the Crown Signia, a hybrid crossover replacing the Venza. Now dripping in luxury, with a 240 horsepower hybrid powertrain and premium finishes, it feels like a statement that Toyota is stepping into territory once dominated by European luxury brands. Performance isn't at Koenigsegg level, of course, but for everyday drivers, it's far more relevant. And that's the entire point. Toyota's not trying to impress a dozen millionaires, they're aiming at millions of drivers. Beyond the cars themselves, Toyota's putting serious money into infrastructure. $1.4 billion went into upgrading their Indiana facility to produce an all-new 3-row electric SUV. That's a political play, a supply chain play, and a global production flex, all in one move. And yet, the most unexpected twist might be in the air, literally. Toyota is now one of the biggest investors in Joby Aviation, the California-based electric air taxi company. Their total investment is nearly $900 million. The idea of Toyota-backed flying vehicles used to sound like sci-fi. Now, it's just part of the blueprint. If everything goes to plan, we could be looking at Toyota-branded electric air taxis buzzing over traffic within a few years. It's a strange era. The company that once took pride in being steady and slow is now making headlines for moonshot ideas. Sure, some purists might roll their eyes, there's no screaming V8s, no sci-fi gearboxes, but don't mistake subtle for small. Toyota's moves are strategic, and they're massive. Still, even with all this progress, there's a lingering tension in the air. Despite the press releases and investor buzz, Toyota seems unusually alert. There's a sense they're watching something or someone very closely. They've got their hands in every futuristic cookie jar imaginable, but behind the scenes, insiders say the mood is a little more intense than usual. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Toyota's electric future, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more insights on the world of innovation. What do you think about Toyota's bold moves? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your opinion. Until next time, stay tuned for more updates.